Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Rahim Mahtab bringing you another tutorial today on backlit hair. I'm going to show you how we're going to go from this to this, this to this. As you can see, it looks quite realistic. It looks like the image is taken during golden hour, which it wasn't. You can see the light flaring in through her hair, and I'm going to show you how exactly we are going to achieve that. So the first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new saturation layer. I'm just going to add a bit of orange to this part of the image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the yellows, bring it to -5, bump up the saturation all the way to +30. I think that looks okay. I'm going to just desaturate it a bit, so maybe bring it up to -20. That looks fine. This is before, this is after. As you know how masks work, what I'm going to do is, because I don't want that orange tone coming on her skin and the rest of the image, I'm just going to take this mask and I'm going to paint roughly around it on her face. So as you can see, the color is only around this part of the image. So that looks good. The next thing what we are going to do is we're going to give her the backlit hair. For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to pick this color. The reason I've chosen this color is because it gives that golden hour tone. You want to take an orange, but kind of on the lighter side. You can copy the RGB values if you want to, but you don't have to be super exact. Depends on the grade and the color tone that you're going for your image. So I'm going to select OK. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brush. I'm going to start painting over it. Now as you can see, I'm kind of blending into the background, but we'll fix that later. I just wanted to look quite realistic, so we're going to just paint like this. I know this looks quite awkward and fake right now, but how we're going to change this is I'm just going to go to blend modes. I'm going to click soft light, and voila. As you can see, it kind of already gives you that look. We're going to fix the edges later once we have the entire thing done. I'm going to do the same thing here. Again, you don't want to worry about the edges right now. We can always fix it later, because the smaller you make your brush, the harsher it's going to get, and it's just easier to fix it later. As you can see, her hair is blowing in the air. There's a lot of fine details, so we can probably paint through this. What I'm going to do, however, is going to bring the opacity down to maybe 70, and then I'm going to paint through those hair. As you can see, we already have that slight glow happening around her face. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a mask. I'm going to take the black brush again. As we know, black hides the masks, and I'm going to blend it in a bit more softer way. You want to do the outsides first. Again, you don't want to go super sharp with it, or rather super harsh with it, to make it look unrealistic. We want it to kind of slightly fade. I think that looks good. Once you're done with the outside, you can do the inside as well. I think that looks good. It looks a bit too strong. Maybe we can just reduce the opacity down. I think that looks good. It looks quite realistic. 64%, that looks good. This is before, this is after. As you can see, it looks quite nice and realistic. The next thing what we're going to do is we're going to create the sun flare. I'm going to take the brush. I'm going to pick a slightly darker color. As you can see over here, it's basically on the same color hue. You can just take it a bit more darker. Again, you don't have to copy the exact same values, but feel free to do so. I'm going to click OK, increase the size of my brush. I wanted to leak a bit to her face, so I'm gonna probably create a double layer here. Again, it looks kind of off and weird, and let's do the magic of blend modes again. So I'm gonna go to screen, and that looks quite nice. I think the way it's slightly fitting into her hair kind of makes it look more realistic. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the same brush, just increase it in size, paint it once more, maybe here. Again, turn the blend mode to screen, and I'm gonna just bring the opacity down. I'm just doing this to add a bit more ambient light to the shot so it looks more realistic. As you can see, if the sun is glaring, then the sky has to be a bit more overexposed to make it look realistic. So this is what it looks before and after, and looks like we are done. As you can see, it looks quite nice and realistic. This is the before, this is the after, before, after. You can always bring in the sun flare a bit closer to her face if that's what you want, or a bit more away. You can make it a bit more bigger if you like. Again, completely up to you. I think it's very good to kind of get the basics of Photoshop right, and then you can go around and play with it. Thank you as always for watching. Let me know if you like this video. If there's something in particular that you guys want me to do, I would love to do it. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.